Oh, good morning. It's just a little after 7 o'clock in the morning here in Alma, Missouri, and we've got a busy day ahead of us here on October 2 at the Missouri farm. We're in the middle of a corn harvest. We finished one field late last night. We've got another one to get to today, and it's going to rain. Also, I've got two Wilson pace setters loaded with corn here to take into the corn dryer in Alma and get processing to dried corn, so hopefully we can sell that in December. Between the two trailers, there's probably nearly 100,000 liters of corn to be delivered in there. If you look up in the upper right, you see rain in the forecast. That's going to put a damper on things. We had rain yesterday too. This one's expected around noon. I would say probably 11:30 is probably when we can expect some rain. So it's already getting late because of all the horses we have to ride. I thought it was doing good, and of course, not so much. So this was Roswell. He was the last horse to be ridden. I think that's Cricket. There's Roswell. It's hard to tell the horses apart, of course, when they look the same. You can pull up your help window, and it'll name the horse in the help window. It'll say, "Hey, you want to ride Roswell," for example. All right, let's check as we put the tack away. Let's check, make sure everything is good. We want to look at cleanliness and daily riding and make sure that all the horses are at 100%. So, as I scroll slowly through them, they all were correctly at 100%, so we're done with the horses. We'll go check on the cattle and the dairy cows here quickly, and also the sheep, and then probably should hop in the trucks and drive into town. Let's see what. Obviously, we got the cornfield there behind the stable. That's going to be our focus for today, but it's going to rain. When it rains, we'll probably maybe mix up feed for the cattle. I think they'll need it once we get over there and see. This grass here is long enough to be cut, tedded into hay, but I don't think we'll get to it today. I took on some corn harvest contracts to work on, maybe off camera in the background at the end of the day. Might have been a mistake. But good money and extra corn, perhaps. Yeah, so let's see. In the cow barn, I can see the feed's starting to look a little more sparse. We still have 53,000 liters in here, which you'd think it'd be a lot, but it's not much in this cow barn. Everything looks okay with the cows. Other than we need to make feed soon. I think I got a wool pallet. I got an idea how to get it over to the spinnery, but I'm not sure it'll work out. Check on the sheep here. Alright. Then the sheep barn. Health's at 100%. The feed's in the green because I gave them a couple of grass bales. Everything looks good. Reproduction is at 80% on sheep, so we'll get a ton more pretty soon. I guess we need to run into town with the trucks. 7:22 already. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy day. Things will slow down a little bit while it's raining, but then we'll be back to work. Park in the garage. Alright, so we got the spread axle up front. This holds like 60,000 liters, so. Got the Mack on that. Everything looks like it needs some maintenance too. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to get that done. This drive is a little tight with these trucks too sometimes. Keep the tandems from bouncing into the ditch. And I think at some point the corn dryer is going to need a refill on propane too. I think we're all right now. So we'll do a couple of runs into town and then we'll see if we can get on harvesting that other cornfield, get the combine over there and start working. We'll have to do some maintenance on it first, I think. Back at the farm after taking the second load of corn into the corn dryer. Park the semi up and we'll get ready to actually let's leave it right here. I think might be a good place for it. I don't know. So I'm thinking I left the combine way up in the northeast corner of the field, which probably wasn't a very smart idea. It needs maintenance. Do you think I can fit? I don't think I can. The cotton bale in the back of there. Alright, it's full of fuel. That's good, so we can refuel the combine. If we put the toolbox in the back, after we maybe do some maintenance on this. It might fit in there. Let's see. Oh, I should have opened the back. The truck itself. Wow, I was able to jump up and it didn't fall out of my hands. Let's see, with the John Deere. Oh, this could probably use some work too, but oh my gosh, it's full of corn. I think I remember what happened. So it doesn't, I couldn't get this to offload into the conveyor, and the semi trucks were already full. So yeah, I guess we'll put that in there. So dang slow. Hang on. Oh my goodness. That John Deere was not cheap to maintain. It scared me when I think about how much the combine's probably going to end up costing. This was on nearly $6,000. Wow. I know it's sort of like making your bed in the morning. You're just going to get back in it, but washing the tractor, it's just going to get dirty again. I don't know if it affects maintenance. There's some that claim it does. I have not seen evidence that it actually does, but it certainly affects the paint condition. And I do not wash my equipment as much as I should. So we're right here. take a couple minutes is all. Of course, it's gonna rain anyway. Rain does clean it off a little bit, it seems like, but not a lot. Okay. Telehandler. I want to see if I can get that cotton bale in the back of that service truck. not getting out to the field. I got probably 3 hours maybe. It should show you the weather. Let's see. I can't get at it too easy that way. We'll come over here. What I want to do is I want to get it the narrow way. See if I can slip it in the back of that service truck that way. Before I get distracted again with the squirrels. Squirrel. Let me show you the weather. And I think I was trying to explain this in the last episode, but I didn't do a very good job of it. So let me pull up the weather. Okay, so we're in the weather and we get an extended forecast because we have the weather station. Oh, look, it used to be at 12 o'clock, so now it's at 1. So I think it'll probably start about 12:30. Oh, but it's going to go till 1600, which will probably means about 16:30. The entire afternoon. Going to lose the entire afternoon to be able to do field work. That's not good. So what we need to do is quit messing around with this stuff that we could do all of these things when it's raining and not going to bother us. We're doing it now when it's nice and sunshiny. Is that a word? When it's nice and clear. Yeah, I think it'll fit in there. Not preferred, but I think it'll fit. The problem is gotta be careful, not accelerate. I have a tendency with the controller to just mash the buttons rather than nice and gradually do things. Sometimes nice and gradual is not a bad thing. Actually, most of the time it's not a bad thing. Okay. So let's throw a strap over the top of that, hop in the service truck. We can close that up. Got the toolbox, right? Yep, toolbox. We'll head over to the spinnery. We'll drop this wool off. We'll go in the spinnery this time. I think last time we put it in the knitwear, Granny's knitwear. This time we'll put it in the spinnery. And if there's anything done, we'll move it, and then we should find the combine up in the northeast corner of the horseshoe-shaped field. We'll do some maintenance on it, and then we'll get it into the cornfield and start harvesting. Don't have trucks pre-staged, probably where they need to be. What you should do is just park the, I don't know. I was thinking about just parking the truck over the conveyor. I could do that. Is there a box out back of Granny's? Nope. Oh, yep. Took a moment to see it. pickup off. I should just pull up in there and see if it'll take it off the back of the service truck. Think I can pull this off in first person? Yeah, you're right. Neither do I. Neither do I. Because I'm under the tailgate. that would do it, right? Narrow. Take this, we'll put it in the spinnery. Let's get that box of clothes. Do I have room in the shipping container? I could start stacking it, I guess. I'm just hoping I get it out of that shipping container. There's one time I put it in there, it's like the forks on the telehandler wanted to pick up the shipping container from the inside. I got room right inside the door. One more, I think. Start stacking them in there. Alright, let's go get to the combine. So I bought this service truck so that we could go out into the fields and service the combine on these big harvests like this. This was kind of unnecessary. I could have just brought the combine back to the yard at the end of the day yesterday, but I didn't. Didn't really need to leave it out here like this. The service truck was more intended for you're in the middle of the harvest and you need to get something done. Rather than let's see. You need to get something done and you don't want to take the time to go back to the yard. Oh my God, 12,000. Header, not much. Wow. That was a lot. And then we should be able to hop in here and just refuel. So look how low we are on fuel. It's not working though. Let me pull up the help. With the help window open, I should be able to kind of joggle around a little bit and see if it comes up to refuel. Should be like a L3. Oh, I'm on the header, that's why. Maybe. No. Yeah, let's unfold that. Let's fold this and raise it. And then see if we can get in close to the fuel tank on this truck. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to the yard, which makes this whole thing kind of, why did we even do this? There's like 500 liters of fuel in the... Huh. Maybe you do it from the... Maybe you do it from the truck. Seems backwards, but never know. I don't know. I got 5,000 liters in it. Doesn't appear to be anything in with the truck. This side. This side of the combine, it's, I don't know, I'm not getting anything showing up. All right. I don't know what to tell you. Other than I don't have time to waste, so we're just gonna get over to the we're gonna get over to the field and we're gonna start harvesting. When we get down by the yard, we'll run in and we'll see if we can refuel then at the gravity tank in the yard. So I'm just gonna head in right here. Oh, we can get rid of the info. We don't need that anymore. Just get in right here. So as usual, what I'll do is I'll get a couple of headlands around and then we'll figure out if we can get a worker to start doing it, and then we'll start offloading. I'm thinking when I get over towards the yard, when I go to refuel it, I'll empty the grain tank on the combine, might as well. We'll put it in the spread axle pace setter where we emptied the grain cart, and maybe we'll just move it onto the conveyor and we'll just run the grain cart back and just load it right in there. It almost seems like that would be the way to go ahead and do it, just because we're kind of close to the yard. The other field, not necessarily so much. If we park the truck out here, we're just going to park it right over here on the side, and it's just not that much farther to get to the grain bins in the yard? I don't know. That's my thinking. We got to get as far as we can before it starts raining about a little after noon, I think. We'll be eating in the cab, or once it starts raining, one of the two. Once it starts raining, we can go into town. We can go to Mama Joe's. I mean, won't have a lot. Well, we have other things to do. We got to feed the cattle. We can mix up lots and lots of feed mixers of total mix ration for the dairy cows. All right, it's almost 11:15, and I've kind of got my process worked out here. So I've got the helper in the field running the combine, running pretty much north and south. There's probably a couple of bits that I'll need to clean up on this end, but for the most part, should be fairly autonomous and be able to go do that. So you see what I was planning on doing during that time lapse is what I'll do is I'll just dump from the grain cart into the pace setter, and then just drop it right out of the pace setter into the conveyor and right into the bin. I did accidentally get a little in the rear hopper as I was opening up the auger pipe on the grain cart, so I'll have to clean that up later, but it'll work. It'll all work out fine. So I'll just try and keep him empty as much as possible so that he can just keep going the whole time. I gotta adjust my cruise control speed down to 7. There we go. Should be good, right? Like that. Slow down a little more. There we go. Maybe a little more. And that's it. We are harvesting. So I've probably got another, what, hour? Speed up a little bit. There we go. Probably got about another hour and a half tops that we're probably going to be able to continue to work here. So we'll get as much as we can done in the next hour and a half, and then, yeah, it'll probably be raining. That was most of a grain tank, I think. I think that holds about 10,000. I got 9,000. I figure, well, if I offload him every couple of times he comes up, should be fine. He is making longer runs though as he gets further that way, so we'll have to be careful. Oh, add insult to injury, the horseshoe-shaped field needs to be limed for next year. So, yeah. Got that to look forward to. Means I gotta try and figure out where I can put the manure from the manure spreader so I can start using it with lime again. Yeah, well. Such is life on the big farm. I'm gonna keep working. Work up until it starts raining. I'd like to get this done today. But I think that's probably gonna be wishful thinking. Or we'll end up in finishing in the dark like last night. Uh-oh. I see the rain icon has come up. So I got to get over there and get the harvester stopped. Pull this up here. Alright, that's going. Let me... I'll hop in the F350 and run out to the field and see if I can get her stopped. So yeah, while it's raining, if you're harvesting, you will get reduced yield. I got Miss Nebraska Jim out helping me now. Here she comes. Should I let her just get to the end here? I suppose I can. We'll get a little bit of reduced yield, but it'll be okay. There's a little bit up in the northwest corner that she missed that I'll have to go back and get when we're able to start up again. But it's what, yeah, it's about 12:30. It's kind of what I said would happen. Wow, look at the storm cloud just rolling through. So we'll get over here, we'll get her stopped. Hey. There we go. We got her stopped. Now ideally we want to get this out of the combine, but we won't worry about that just yet. Go ahead, power the combine down. Give her a ride back to the house. And she gets started on lunch. Or you want to go into town? I can go to Mama Joe's. You want to go to Mama Joe's? Yeah, let me finish up a couple of things here. I want to empty the trailer and then we'll go. Yeah, we'll take the F350. Sure. Yeah, I'll take you to the house. There you go. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go into town, grab something to eat, and then, yeah, we'll probably come out, mix up some feed, and see what else we can do in the rain, but we'll see after lunch. Okay, well, it's just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's still raining pretty good. I was checking the weather. It looks like the forecast has been updated, though, that it's now going to stop raining maybe around 3:30. Let me get out of the rain here. Turn that on. All right, I'll pull up the weather. Oh, it changed again. I was just in here earlier, and it said that it was going to stop at 3. Now it's saying 4 again. So, I don't know. Dang it. Just keeps changing on me. Let's check on used equipment here. I'm going to park in front of the garage. Let's see what they got here. Okay, a little trailer. That might come in handy over at the spinnery, actually. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get that. And then this I'm tempted by, a Steiger Quad Track. But it's not row crop, which is why I'm going to beg off of it. I also want to get like a the Seed Hawk seed drill and air cart, and that cost me $375. So I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on that for now. As tempting as it is, you don't know how hard it was for me to pass on that quad track. If it had been the row crop version, I would have bought it, though, I think. So let's just grab the trailer. I don't know if you can open the little side door on it or not, or just the back doors. But we could put the clothing in there, so it'll be useful. I would like to get like a box truck, not like the little one that looks like this trailer on the back of the pickup, but something a little bigger. I've got an idea. I just don't want to execute on it just yet. Hoping for it to come up used or maybe save some money. I don't know. We'll see. Not a ton of time left in the episode. I think we'll go out, we'll mix up some feed. We may have a lot of time to mix up feed or not as much time, but I expect the rain to probably end 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we'll get back on the corn harvest. We're probably halfway done with it on that field, maybe. I'll probably try and get the rest of the way done tonight so that we can do something else tomorrow. Maybe maybe cut grass and make hay. I don't know. It'd be nice to get the grass cut here in October if we can. But I don't want to get too wrapped up in it. So yeah, I'm not going to take the time to run over to the spinnery with this just now because we don't have that much time left. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to head straight over here to the cow barn and we'll get on trying to mix up feed here in the rain. I don't think I'll do it as a time lapse either. We'll just do it until we run out of time for the episode, and I'll continue to do that probably until the rain stops, or keep myself busy, constructively busy until the rain stops, and then we'll finish the corn harvest. We'll just mix up as much feed as we can. Looks like maybe do some bedding too. Nah, looks all right. Third person. I don't know if you noticed when we started this episode, I had my units of measure off too. I keep saying I need to do a better job of that. I just want to get going on the recordings and should go around and check, make sure all the vehicles are in first person, units of measure are correct, and all those things. Doesn't always work out that way, though. Alright, now let's see. We're over $400,000. That's not bad. And we're going to be making lots and lots of money. Let's see, the black ones are the newest ones. So I think we go over to the green after this one. These are heavy enough that you can really only carry one at a time. With the weight that I have. Let me hop out here. We'll get out 2 hay and 1 straw. Not grass. Straw, 1. And then hay, 2. This out where I can get to it, turn it on, start putting the bales in. So I just use, if you haven't been watching, I put 1 silage bale in, 1 hay bale, and half a straw. It doesn't completely fill the feed mixer, but it's less math for me to have to do. I'd like this to not be too difficult to do. You can open the help menu and then see kind of your mix a little better to make sure you don't screw it up, but you know, I prefer the screen to be fairly clean looking to help with the immersion. And then what I'll do is I'll put half the straw bale in. And then I can use the other half, this hay bale, and then go grab another silage bale and we'll mix up another one. So this bale is 7,500. So half of that would be $3,750. And we'll just lower it down over it till it starts taking it off the bale. I guess you could watch the percentage too. Oh. I should watch it a little closer, I guess. Hop in here. Got it all mixed up, I think. Yeah. Total mix ration. And we'll start feeding it in. And we'll just keep doing this until either it stops raining, we run out, it gets full, we get tired. Won't hurt nothing to fill it with feed. Nope, turn on. So the rest of this one, this hay bale, and I'll go grab a silage bale from the ones with the kind of mint green wrap. And I think I'm probably gonna run out of time. Well, you know how I'm gonna spend the rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. And if you don't subscribe yet, why not? Don't cost nothing.